Hello guys, this is Reza and welcome to our Python tutorials. In this tutorial we're going to talk about conditional sentences, or better say if statements. How can we create conditions in our program? As you know, conditions are very important parts of a program, and in this tutorial we are going to go in details talking about if statements. Let's come up with a very simple example. Imagine that in your application you want to force the users to enter only if they are over 18 years old. So the first thing you have to do is to ask about their age. So we'll create a variable called age, and then we will ask the user to enter his age by using the input. So say for example, how old are you? And then we'll wait for the user to insert his age. But as you know, the output of this function is a string, and age is not a string value. We want to change it into numbers, so we have to parse it as an integer number. So we'll write int, and this function int converts the output of this function into an integer number. As you can see now, age is of type int. Now we want to see if the user is over 18, he can enter, else he is not allowed to enter the website. So we use the keyword if, and then we will write our condition here. Condition is very important. Take care about the way you write the conditions. In the operators tutorial we will talk about different types of logical operators here, because here you need a logical operator. But in this tutorial we will talk about a very simple condition. If age is greater or equal to 18 colon, we will come to the next line, and then we will write the code that we want to execute. For example, here we want to let the user enter. As a very short example, we will just print welcome. But if the user is less than 18, he has to be informed in some way. So we say else, if he is not 18, or better say else, we will print for the user, for example, sorry, you are not allowed to enter. And that's all. But let's see how this if statement and else statement works. If checks a condition. In the condition for the numbers, we have different types of comparisons. If we want to see if something is equal to something, we will use this one as equal. Why? Because a single equal sign is the assignment operator. If we write only one equal, it means that we want to assign something into other things. But if we want to check the equality, we have to use two equal signs. If we want to see if something is not equal, we will use this sign. Greater, we use this one. Greater or equal, less than or equal. These are the operators that we use in order to compare two values. They are called comparison operators. Now we used this one, which is this one. And then we use the column. Whatever comes after column is related to this if statement. And it means that whatever comes after this column will be executed if this condition exists. But this else is also after this column. How do we understand? How do we choose a scope for this if statement? By using indented statements. We have to indent everything that we want to write inside this scope. For example, if you wanted to write welcome and then you wanted to do something else, you will write, for example, you are over 18. Both of these sentences are related to this condition. And then if you want to write something out of the scope of this, you have to finish the indentation. You can have else or you can ignore it. So in this way also our application works, but it is a good idea to inform the user about what we intend to do. So it is better to tell the user that you're not allowed to enter the website. And then after this colon, again, whatever you write is in the scope of this else, unless you finish the indentation. For example, you'll print end. Here the program finishes. So because there is no indentation related to this one or this one, this end is executed in any case. This part is not important. It is out of the scope of this if and else. Let's run our program to see what happens. How old are you? We will enter, for example, 17. It writes, sorry, you are not allowed to enter end. So it checked 17 is more than or equal 18. No, it goes to else, enters the block, writes whatever is inside the else block, and then ends the program. Let's run it again. And here for the age we use, for example, 25. And then if we press enter, it says, welcome, you are over 18. And what happened? Age is 25. It is greater or equal than 18. So it enters this scope. Writes welcome, you are over 18. Doesn't execute this part because it is only the else situation, and then ends the program. That was our example about if else. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have got any questions, please write them in the comments. I will answer them as soon as I can. Have fun and don't forget to practice.